Hello folks, I'm Scott Grove. I'm going to teach you how to play the ukulele or the ukulele, whichever you prefer to call it. The uke was actually based off of an instrument brought over from Portugal to Hawaii. They adapted it into what the Hawaiians adapted it into what we call, the ukulele today, and us in the mainland call the ukulele or just the uke. We're going to be playing. I'll start everybody at the beginning, but I'm going to rush right through this thing because this is easily the most simple instrument in the world to learn how to play. And I'm going to be doing this from a guitar player's point of view. Okay? So if you do not play guitar, you can still get by learning this. If you already play ukulele already, then by golly, get this, because I'm going to take you beyond the realms of anything you've ever known in your life. Okay? Because people don't play like some of the stuff I'm going to show you today. I'll show you the standard stuff, the standard Hawaiian, Polynesian thing, but I'm going to show you how to do rock and roll in this thing. I'll show you how to do country. I'll show you how to do Spanish music. I don't care. It'll all be there. The particular model I'm using today would be the Ibanez Iceman. We're going to be using a soprano or a just standard concert-sized ukulele, so we're not doing the tenor thing. So I just wanted to be wild and wacky, so I got this model. Check that baby out. Based on my good old 1978 Ibanez Iceman guitar. That's what they went for on this. Just wanted to give people something different to look at, and by golly it is. So it's no different than any of the others. So no matter what you have, you're fine and dandy. So we will actually start off, to let you know, this is an instrument that's actually tuned in C6. So I actually play a whole bunch of different instruments and C6 tuning steel guitars and dobros and so forth, so the tuning is not that strange. But I will make it very easy for the guitar player to understand. A lot of stuff can transfer to this. You just have to think in different positions because of the way it's tuned. It's not an E instrument, it is in a C based scale. So we'll get through the standard regular chords being like your C's and doing C. I'll just do a C, F, G pattern, typical, which are very easy chords. Here's a C and an F and a G. So there's your C, F, back to C, to G, Yes, I'll show you all that stuff too. Okay, so it'll get from that basic all the way up to what is going to be so easy for you guitar players, which will be this kind of thing, going from the 1, 4, and 5, meaning the same thing like a C, F, G, whatever. But like here's the key of E. I'll do E, A, B. So E, I can go A, E, and B, back to E. Okay, and I'm going to make, because guitar players will have no problem with that. So you can, okay, so I'll teach you all that stuff, even stuff like, it don't matter, Christmas stuff. But you'll be able to play everything in the world based on these scales. Okay, so there's a whole lot more to be had. I'm just showing you this is not just for the Hawaiian thing, but you can blast through this instrument. To tell you the truth, from what I have showed you already, and I know a whole lot more, I have actually never put my fingers on an ukulele before until 24 hours ago, and I probably have maybe 3 hours practice into the thing. So it is that easy. So all you people who've been trying everybody else's methods, throw them away. Okay? I honestly, I swear to God, or whoever you pray to or don't pray to, that I have about 3 hours playing on this thing, and I can outplay 90% of the ukulele players on the face of the planet. There are some of those out there that, I know it's a bold statement, it's probably a stupid statement, but it is true because it is that easy. All your typical players are going to be... That's what gets you paid in Hawaiian music, doing the ukulele. So again, I will blast you through this thing. I've unlocked every little secret, especially for the guitar players. You're going to have a huge advantage if you play the ukulele already. Grab this for Pete's sake and throw away any other lessons you have, because I'm going to take you to a whole nother level, okay? Because you're going to be able to play anything you want. If you want to play disco, I don't care. Want to play Funky Town? I got you there, you know. I will take you all over the flipping place, okay? So once again, Scott Grove, grab your uke, and we're going to destroy this thing and bring you into the 21st century with this thing and take all the mystery out of it and make it a cool instrument again, not just a Hawaiian novelty, okay? So, easy, affordable. This one's $149.95, delivered to your door from anywhere you want to order it from. You can't beat this little guy. So anyway, once again, I'm me. Order this, grab one of these, and we're going to kick this thing's butt, okay? Plain and simple. Catch you inside. Okay, folks, welcome here. We're getting ready to do this ukulele thing. We'll start right from the beginning, and we're going to blast through the typical stuff and make it easy for you. Okay, because this is so easy. Number one, we have nylon strings. Are you supposed to use a pick? No. Can you? If you want. Willie Nelson uses a pick on his nylon string guitar, so you do whatever you want. It's not an instrument that is supposed to be played with a pick. Plus, if you want to, you know, play any of this stuff, or okay, you'll want to use your fingers, so that's what you want to do. The way these things are tuned, from the top string, here, listen to them this way. Okay, so this is tuned in C6, so it's kind of like a banjo where your highest string, actually the same pitch, the G string, that's right, the G string is here on top. That would be your highest string as far as pitch. Then they go on from there. One of the coolest things to do is grab you one of these little Headstock Tuners. Okay, I will, they can go anywhere. Okay, so they actually tell you how to tune these dudes up. So they clamp right on there, they go by vibration. So you can match with me. This particular one, which I want to mention, is the, what do we have here? We have the Intelli, INTELLI, chromatic tuner, model number IMT500. Just a clamp on. Any of these clamp on little tuners are great to go on the headstock. Thing is guitar tuners will not tune C strings. Okay, we have weird tunings on here. They won't tune C strings. So get something that has a built-in. Don't just tune these things by listening to it wrong, sick and wrong. Don't just think you have it right because you don't. So get you an electronic tuner, and they're so cheap. And they will, your guitar tuners at Walmart or whatever will not tune ukulele. You have C strings to tune. There's not a C string on a guitar, therefore you're out of luck. So get something that will tune every note. Okay, so the first string is G. So if you don't have a tuner yet, just like I said in the description of the ad to go ahead and get one, there's your G. What you hear rattling is just my tuner. The next one down is C. That's the one you're going to need, is a C. Of course, it takes forever for these nylon strings to stretch. So if it takes 2 or 3 days for them to stretch out to get in tune and quit going out of tune, don't worry about it. Make sure you get something that's actually got some tuners on it, not something that's just friction done like an old Hawaiian one. Get something that actually has real keys on it so it will stay in tune. Times have changed, keys have changed, so get something that will stay in tune, okay? Just because it's old don't mean it's good. So here's C. And again, if you need to see this, now you can see how the tuner works, and it goes right up to where I'm in tune. Okay? And that is the second string down here. The next string, yep, there it shows it. It's an E, and guess what? I am slightly flat, so I will tune it. And I am in tune with my E string right there. And finally, your very last string, what is it? There it is, it's an A. And I'm in tune because I'll get out of tune. See, there's how this works. I'll get it right up in your face. Then you tighten it up. Keep hitting it, keep hitting it, keep hitting it, keep hitting it. Till this thing lines right up to the center. There it is. By golly, I'm in tune. So there's all your names of your strings, blah, 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 all the way down the line. Okay? So you have G, C, E, and A. Okay? So that's the names of your strings. I'm going to pop my tuner off. Oh, how cool is that? That thing will fit inside the gig bag that comes with these. I'm going to push these Ibanez ones. Smoking little instrument. You just can't beat it. Especially for the price. There's just flat out no beating this thing. If you hear a lot of noises in this place, it is windier than all get out here outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. So it is doors blowing open and all that kind of stuff. So that's what you'll be hearing. Okay, now for our first chord, we'll start off with something nice and easy. We'll start with the basic chords. I will refer to your fingers as, of course, your thumb, and then 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay? So right down the line, you have a thumb. Your number 1, that's your first finger, second, third, and fourth. Same over here. I'm going to use your first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Thumb, we will not be using. If you keep hearing that while I'm playing, that's my wedding ring slamming into the instrument. Okay, so you'll hear that a lot. So our first chord that we're going to do, we're going to go straight into chords. Okay, we'll do the basic easy ones to get you out of the way. These will be the traditional stuff that you'll use for your Hawaiian type of stuff, and just your basic chords like you have to learn off everything. So all you guitar players, this is the part that will be the hardest for you to be able to do. Everything else after this will be extremely easy. So, and all you people who already play the ukulele already know how to play these probably. If you don't, then by golly, that's why I'm here for you. Okay, so what we have is you're going to take your third finger over here and you're going to put it, these are frets by the way, going across your neck of your guitar. First fret, second fret, third fret. You're going to put your fingers behind them, not on top of them, in front of them, or anything else. You put them on top of them, it's going to fart on you. That's right, I said fart. So keep your finger behind the fret, not too far back, but as close to it as you can without actually touching the fret. Okay, and also use the tips of your fingers right up there. Don't use that part of your finger. When we go on there, I can get everything nice and close for you. If I pull them away, you'll see everything will be used with the very tips of your fingers until I get into guitar player mode, and then we'll start using all the sides of our fingers, okay? And that's when we get into the real fun, actually, what breaks it wide open into new territory that you've never heard before. Okay, so your first chord we're going to do here, first 3 we're going to do are the ones that I showed in the intro, doing the C, F, and G. Okay, why I do them this way is because I will be rattling off chords that work together in songs. Will I teach you some songs today? Parts of, but I am going to teach you mainly all the skills you're going to need to be able to play this thing. You can play songs already, so just teaching you a new instrument. So if you're in the key of C, the other 2 chords that are probably going to be the only 2 chords that will accompany the C chord in any given song are going to be F and G, and I'll show you how those work. Just for example, C will be F, back to C, to G, and I'll show you all the little licks and variations and little things you're hearing there. Okay. One more thing with the strumming. Again, don't use a pick unless you just are some kind of person who has to go against the grain. Then pick up your pick and totally destroy the front of your instrument. I'm sure the other ukulele manufacturers will be more than happy to sell you 30 of them every year for you tearing them up with a guitar pick. So anyway, there's crazy people I've seen out there that will file their fingernails into a point so it looks like they're vampires, blah blah blah. That's your classical players and what we call cork sniffers. They're the traditionalists, I think. Though everything I'm showing you today is totally wrong. So anyway, those guys can go off the other way. So anyway, you just need regular fingers. If you have fingernails, cool. If you don't, cool. It makes no difference at all if you have fingernails or not. Okay? So as far as strumming, it is just this. You pick up, you mainly use your middle finger, or finger number 2. I don't want to do it, otherwise I'd be flipping the bird at you. Okay, so I don't know how old everybody is that's watching this video. So basically you're going to be concentrating on using that middle finger, but let a couple other fly there with you, you know, just to help hit it. But mainly it's going to be, the main focus of your power will be that middle finger. You might even want to sit around and just practice going up and down, just holding or muting your strings, not pushing down on them. Otherwise it sounds like you're playing Kiss by Prince. Woo! Kiss! Okay, so you don't need to be doing that, so just practice even with the one finger, then add a couple with it. Okay, that one there. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Why am I saying that one louder? Because that is a typical rhythm pattern. It's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and you're hitting it harder. So that's called an accent. Okay, where you would be going. So some are softer, some are louder. So that's when it gets back to your class or typical Hawaiian type of sound. Your Hawaiian ukulele sound. If it's in America, the rest of America, I should say the continental United States, then it's ukulele. Okay, so whichever I call it, it is what it is. Okay, so that's the basic strumming pattern. If it changes, I'll show you as we go. Okay, so when I'm playing the C chord here, I'm just going to be going. That'll be the strumming pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, with the accents. Okay? So you'll know what I'm doing down here. Okay, to get a C chord, you're just going up to your high string here, or your A string. String number 1, string number 2, string number 3, string number 4. I already told you that's an A. Okay, that's your E. There's your C, and you got a G up here at the top. So I'll just call them string 1, 2, 3, and 4 from here on out. And then I'll show you how to find all your other notes here in a second. So on a C chord, I like to just jump right in. Time to play music. We'll get all the schooling done in a little bit. We're going to take our 3rd finger, 3rd fret. That's right. So your ring finger, 3rd fret. On the string number 1. Okay? So, and nothing else. That's it. That is your C chord. That's as hard as that one gets, kids. So you just push it down just hard enough to make it make a noise. If you don't press down hard enough, you get this till you press. And it don't take anything to press down the nylon strings on a ukulele. It's just the easiest thing in the world to play. And as we're getting ready to switch to go to the F chord, it is nice to play what is called a C7. So you just take that note, where you just have that one finger on there for the C, and take it back 2 frets to the first fret using your first finger on the first string. So 1, 1, 1. First finger, first fret, first string. And you'll hear me do that one more time, and that's just what is called a passing note to let everybody know who might be playing with you that you're getting ready to switch to a chord, and by doing that they know that you're getting ready to switch to an F. It's just the rule of music. So there's C, C7, then we're getting ready to go to F. Okay, so you hear how that 7th chord, actually the C7, lends itself to going into the F. I'll demonstrate it one more time, then we'll just go right to F. Okay, so the F chord now is very easy also. It takes 2 fingers to play it. You're going to have your first finger, first fret on the 2nd string. And then your 2nd finger, 2nd fret, way up here on top, that's right, on the 4th string. And that is it. That's all there is to the F chord. And I'll show you all the stuff you can put in later. Okay, so all that stuff will come in a little bit. So here's your basic chords: C, C7, F, and you can go back to C. Now the only other chord you're going to need is going to be G to play pretty much any song you want, but then I'll show you how to play in every key and what to write down on a piece of paper, because you're not getting any paper with this. So write it down so you can remember it. Okay, so you might as well do it now. Grab your pen, grab your paper. I'll wait for you. No, I won't. You're going to hit rewind. Okay, you're going to play C. In the key of C, you can play C, F, and G chords. Again, write them down. Otherwise, rewind. C, F, and G when you're playing in the key of C. Okay, so you know C and F now. C, and C7, and F. And I took you back to the C, which is fine. Now how do we play the G? Okay, this is going to take 3 fingers. Okay, to a guitar player out there, this will look like a regular D chord. Okay, so if you know how to play a D on your guitar, a D chord, it's exactly like that. For everybody else that don't know it, take your first finger, 2nd fret on your 3rd string up, right there. Then on the same fret, you're skipping a string with your 2nd finger, you're going to the 2nd fret. So 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 1st string. Then you're going to fill in the gap with your ring finger, going to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Okay? And now again, you're playing all the notes. Okay, typically on all the ukulele chords, you play all the strings. You don't have to worry about chopping strings off or notes off. You play them all the time. So that's just another bonus. Stuff I get into later, we'll chop out some and we'll play some Jimi Hendrix on here. You think I'm kidding? No, I'm not. Okay, so your G chord is that. Okay, I will dissect it for you. I will get it right up nice and close. Yep, I got a couple of those scars there and scabs and need some trim some fingernails. But there you go, kiddies. There is your G chord. Okay, if you need me to get rid of something, getting rid of the 3rd finger, so you can see where those are at. they're letting the second string pass right through. Okay? So we'll build it again. First finger, second fret, third string. Second finger, second fret, first string. Then your ring finger jumps in, your third finger, third fret, but on the second string. Okay? Then you play them all. Again, this here is where you have to play with the tips of your fingers. Anything off to the side, you're going to get that. They have to be arched up like this. See, that string has to pass right through there without touching. Your finger cannot be touching there or it will not make noise. They have to be like a little tunnel and let the strings pass right through just like a train. Chugga chugga woo woo, chugga chugga woo woo, chugga chugga woo. Okay, there we go. Okay, so those are our 3 chords. And I'll do some fun with these right off the get-go. I'm not going to make you wait to have fun with them. Okay, so C, C7, F, back to C, and to G. Let's go back to C, C7, F, and C, and G, and back to C. Okay, so that is the basics of how that all works. While we're here, we're going to learn how to play with those few chords and add something to it. Okay, that kind of stuff. Okay, so there is C. Again, I'm going to have you now play it with your third finger, because we're going to be playing some different kind of things here. Why am I going here? Because you need this. I teach you a little of what you want and a lot of what you need. That's just the way I teach kids. Okay, so now let's use your third finger to play that one single note for the C chord. Okay, now what I'm going to have you do is let's concentrate on these 3 strings first. You're going to use your thumb on your third string, okay, which is actually your E string. Then you're going to use your middle finger on your first string, which is actually your A string. Okay. And then we got right here on our second string with your first finger. Okay, so we got our C string here, I'm sorry. So your C string first with your thumb, then up here on your A string, first string with your middle finger, and with your first finger on the E string. So your thumb's going down, your other 2 fingers are going up. So that one first, so third, first, second. So 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, meaning the string 3, string 1, string 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, until you develop what is called a roll, like a jelly roll or a donut roll. Okay, now you can incorporate your thumb up grabbing that 4th string now and then. Or change all of them instead of these 3 strings, instead of these 3, now these 3. Or back and forth, all those 3 or these 3, blend them together or stay there. And alternate your thumb to where it goes. So work on that for a little bit. But you'll see that here's what we're getting ready to do and why we're doing this. I'll get it all in camera view. Okay, so we're getting ready to get into all this fun stuff, and I'm going to blast it by you because you have a pause and a rewind, and you can play this forever. Okay, so what we're adding in, since you know all this, okay, if you don't, pause it and see you tomorrow. Come back. Okay, I'm giving you the most I can for your couple bucks here, and I'm going to keep on going until I feel you got it all. Okay, what else you can do? Well, that third finger is right there, just forming our little C chord. You can take your first finger, first fret on the second string. That's called a hammer-on. You play the note with the finger you're supposed to, your second or your first finger. So you play it, then you just hammer that note right on her, just like a piano thing looks, but you still use only the tip of your finger. You don't play it again with your finger down here. You just hit it like normal. So try that. See, I only hit it once. I'm playing fast just to show you what you'll be able to do later. Okay? For those guitar players of you, you're already there, so no big deal. For those of you who don't know all this, I keep it slow. So develop it up to that speed, and then we'll continue. We'll just add more fingers. Another one you can add is your second finger, second fret on the third string up. Okay, and it's best usually if that one is already still there with it. So or you just play around with it as however you want. It's music, you make it up. So I'm taking it off. There it's on. Take it off. Okay, so you see what I'm doing there. Okay, here we're going to just keep slamming on. We're in C, we're going to work in C for a second. Also, those two notes that I showed you, you put down together at the same time. Now you can use both those fingers to do what's called like a little chicken picking. It's a clawing thing. So like they're glued together, and you just grab them, the two middle strings with your first and second finger. Play them at the same time, and then put both those fingers on that I showed you could put on at the same time. So I'm doing these two strings, then I go grab these because that's already there. That's already a sound. Now I'm grabbing the low string just for fun. Do it all. It's again, I always use this, but I'm giving you tools, man. Go build your own house. Hey, what do you know? We got modern music instead of traditional stuff. Nothing wrong with tradition, but hey, I'm going to give it all to you. Okay, so there's so many things you can do. One other thing before I move on, then we'll catch up with some other stuff. While you've got these down here, take that whole thing and move it 2 more frets. So instead of your middle finger being on the 2nd fret, we're going to keep these like they're glued together, go up to the next set of frets and the next set of frets. Okay, so we're going to be on the 4th fret and the 3rd fret now, and you're still going to be picking these. That's right, this finger had to go away, so it's no longer back here where it was. So it's just only those two. Then back here, and then you can put your finger back down. Okay, so you've heard this a million times. Okay, you can even do picking back and forth with your thumb and your finger. So if you're really good at it, you can keep your finger down there. Okay, so it's just a matter of how limber you become. You will be able to do it with practice. Say, I can't do that. You can't do it now? Heck no. But if you're a guitar player, you can already do this. You've had to do things like this before. So all you people who've been playing the ukulele all this time, here's some new territory for you. What is that? Nothing more than what I've taught you already. Okay, it's just how you play them. Okay, so here is your open second string, first fret. Now we're going to hit the third fret. Okay, so that's what we're playing there. Open, meaning no strings attached, no fingers attached to your neck here, so nothing fretted. Open on that second string, first fret, like we already did. Now grab the third fret, not down here this time, but all on the same string. Okay, and then everything else is just notes you've already played. So open, third string, second fret, open. So if you want to play dueling banjos, okay, that's open, second string, first fret, third fret, then open, first fret, and second fret on this third string, open, second string, open, third string, fretted on the second fret on the third string. Again, watch close. Here's a triplet hammer on. You only play it once. You just hammer on twice. So hammer on the second string, first fret, third fret. I know you don't hear this in ukulele music, that's why I'm here, to break you out of this mess. Because this stuff's funny. You want that? By golly, I'll give it to you. Because it is cool. We're still in C, okay? It's because you're here and you're using two notes I've already showed you. We're going to do what is called a bar, B-A-R-R-E, where you take one finger, finally, break the rules, kids, lay it across two strings. That's right, your first string and second string at the third fret, okay? That's what we're doing. If you play them together, you get that. That's a C chord if you play the whole thing. And it's just different than this. So you can play that, and that can be a C chord too. It makes no difference. Don't let the elders tell you that's wrong, because it's not. Okay? So that little to end a song with is great. Put at the end of a ukulele. Who cares? A ukulele. Ole! Throw some Spanish in there. Everybody's getting the Spanish people. You can get them in Hawaii too. You can play their music. You play whatever you want. Okay? So you can actually, hey, you can do it. Ole! Okay, I proved it to you. Okay, so here, all that was, little stupid thing. First string, okay, we're fretted here. Barred at the third fret. First string, twice on the second string. Then you sneak in on the fourth fret on the second string. Then back to the third fret. So, or you can do it here. Then it's your high string, or both of them. Back to 2, up to 3. do them both, grab them both. 2nd fret, 3rd fret. Or if you like this one, you can actually go up to the 5th fret. There's 2 ways it's done, so 4th fret or 5th fret. And 5th fret. Take your choice. So there it is, that's as far as I'm going with that. But anyway, the cool thing is to be playing this. Back to your C. That. You can take that 1st finger, move it all the way up to the 3rd fret, just like we did. Because you can go there, just like I showed you, you can go there here. So, now 2nd string, 1st fret, back to the 3rd fret, back to the 1st fret, open. Now we're going to do the 2nd fret on your 3rd string, and now open. Okay, now here's the other cool part. Last time on the C stuff, right there, 1st fret, or 1st string, 3rd fret that you've been doing since the beginning of this whole video. You can do from 3, meaning 3rd fret, down to the 2nd fret. Don't stay there too long. Then open. Okay, so now we have all the way down. This is what is called a scale. Guitar players, you will know this scale. It works on your guitar even in this tuning. So here is the major scale in the key of C, going backwards. So 3rd fret, I'm just going to play the notes. 2nd, open, then 3rd fret on your next string, 1st fret, open, 2nd fret, 3rd string, and open to your C. So that's your C string. You're playing a C here too, that's an octave higher. So that's your C note, that's a C note. Both of these are C notes now. So, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, 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 do. Practice that because it is oodles of importance. As much as you hate it, practice that because I'm going to tear this sucker up in a second. That's nothing more than what I've showed you, believe it or not. That is, I showed you the hammer on, same thing there. That's every note in the world. There are only 12 notes in the world. Whatever order you want to put them in is up to you. But that is playing every note that is in the world. There you go, kids. This is vibrato, grabbing a string and shaking it a little bit. It's not trying to make a warble, 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 warble. That is just, it's a rock and roll thing, but we're sticking it here. Why? Because it needs to be here. What am I doing, showing off? Yep, but you're going to be able to play this, okay? And that is no more than the notes that I showed you. We can do Van Halen on this thing. Why just stick to the normal stuff? I mean, you can play this stuff and da-da-da-da at your functions at your luau's. Mahalo! Okay, see, it's that easy, but then you can... make some great music, man. Okay, so you can be all kinds of crazy. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do with that C chord. You can do them again with all your other chords if you're an F. We already know our F. Let's finally get there. We'll get out of C for a while, because this is going to be a longer video, but it's worth it, man. You got to have it. Okay, so here's our F that we already did. 1st fret, okay, 2nd string, and all the way up here at the top on the 2nd fret. And everything else is just open. You play everything. What else can you do? Your pinky is what we're using. 3rd fret, on your first string, just like your C note. Okay, so you can, these are called grips. You do whatever you want. You don't have to all the time. Grab some strings, grab a thumb, grab 2 fingers. Like I was showing you earlier in here, do this. Grab whatever you can. These are grips. Learn different grips. How do you learn them? You just do them. Okay? There's no way about it. Do that. Can you do this? Can you pinch your sister? Yeah, you can do that. Can you go, hey, he's talking too much. Hey, hey, hey. That's a grip. Apply it here. Okay, so just grab different strings. I don't care what strings. They don't matter. It's just music. Okay? I'm just going to give you some fun stuff to play with. Okay, so pinky. Here's your regular F chord. Pinky is going to go 3rd fret, 1st string. It's on, it's off. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. And same thing on the 2nd string. Same like grip. Instead of me playing, I'm picking to not play this high string, or I'm choosing not to play that high string. I'm always picking without a pick. Okay, so we can do 3rd fret, 1st string, pull off. Doing this, have it on and pull it off, and you actually take that, and this is a new one for you, guitar players know this, everybody else, you actually pick it as you pull it off, just like you play something here. You do the same thing. You got another hand, pick it, do the same thing as this, pull it down. That's called a pull off. Okay, so see, I'm not picking it again with this hand. I'll do it this way so you can see what's going on. What if I did that on the 2nd string? Same thing. Pull it off. Same roll. Remember the roll? Yeah, I got one around my belly too, but hey. Faster. Okay. The only other place we can go really for them now is, I know it sounds like bluegrass music, but there is a place for this. Check it out slow. I'll show you the one other thing, then I'll play it slow. Put your ring finger, finger number 3, 2nd fret on your 3rd string, so right underneath your middle finger. I'm hammering on. I play it, then I slam it down there. Then take it off. Okay, so that's 3 things you have to do. You have this one, and off, and off, and all those to play with. Now if I stand back here and just play slow rolls with those 3 notes added in with a regular F chord, what do I get? That's right, I'm doing 2 of them at the same time. Why not? They can both be there. You can add the other 2. Or these 2. Whatever. Or you can add all of them in there. I don't care. That's what they're there for. Those are the possible notes that you can play there. Okay? So that's all the stuff you can do in F. Already, you've got such an amazing amount of stuff you can do that you couldn't do before if you were a ukulele player. So back to C. Those are all the same notes from that scale. But you just start in the middle, play forward, backward, it don't matter. Just play something that sounds cool. and then you get to go to F. So you're playing the here in C like you normally would during a Hawaiian style song. Now to F. Now we're back to C. Now we're going to go to G. No, you want that stuff now too. See how it just beefs it up? It takes your traditional stuff and beefs it up. Look at this. Ooh. ZZ Top needs some of these. Okay, let's go to G. G is going to look like just a D chord like I showed you before for you guitar players. Okay, so again, to remind you, second finger, second fret, first string. First finger, second fret, third string. And finally your ring finger or your third finger, third fret, second string up. So you have, what can we do here? Tons, okay? I'm just going to blast through them because you get what I'm doing now. So here comes the fun stuff that you get to do. That's where all this comes from. Okay, so in G, just the fun stuff, then we'll get to some more fun stuff. In G, you got that whole chord. Pick up your middle finger. If you're not hearing it, it's going because your fingers are not arched. You're not playing on the tips. So bend them so that they are arched. So that when we go to pick that finger up, the strings can pass through, just like that. So that's what we're getting at, is we're putting that one down, we're picking it up, and you can see how it passes through right here. Here's our picking, just like in the beginning. So the middle finger down, middle finger up, middle finger down, middle finger up. Okay, now we're going to add our pinky directly underneath our ring finger. So pinky, finger 4, is going to be on the 3rd fret. Even while this one's still here, leave everything where it's at. We're just adding the pinky on the 3rd fret. Hammer it on if you want. And then take it back off so it's normal. Back to your normal G. Take your pinky off. Now lift up your middle finger. Now put your middle finger back up. And then add your pinky. Now try to stretch your pinky. Since this is such a short instrument, you won't have the hard part doing this. Guitar players know all this stuff right here, because this is very familiar territory for a guitar player. You can actually take your pinky. That's right, put it up here to the 5th fret. Very easy stretch on a ukulele. On a guitar, it's a hard stretch, but everybody does it, so it's easy for everybody. So guitar players, you're in the very familiar territory right now. And back to the 3rd fret, and then let off the pinky, and then let off the middle finger. Put the middle finger back, put the pinky in, bring the pinky up to the 5th. Hammer on, open 1st string, hammer onto the 2nd fret. That's a pull off. Pinky pull off. Okay, so again, same roll, but and if you're playing normal, okay, You've heard these songs. This is how they play them. The only thing left was picking up your first finger. Okay, so back to just to demonstrate. So you don't leave it off very long. It's just there for flavor. Flavor Flav. I'm going to get me a big old clock hanging here. It'd be Flavor Flav. Hammer-ons are good with your thumb. And something else to do here on your G chord is to finally do what's called a G major 7. So everything's the same, just like this, but now you're going to cover all 3 strings at once by laying your first finger out across those 3 strings. That's called a G major 7. So it was here basically. Now it's this. So you go from this, lay it out flat. Now we're going to invert it. This is going to be called your G7. Guitar players again know this, the rest of you don't. So what you're doing is taking this and you want to put this finger that's on the 3rd fret back there on the 2nd fret. I mean on the 1st fret, I'm sorry, all the way back there. You can't get it there, so you got to change stuff around. So you know that these 2 go on the 2nd fret, okay? 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, and you just skip out on this middle string. 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret. But we got to get this one back here. So how do we do it? We start with something back there. Put something there first. That's right. Your first finger, put it where it's going to go. And then just add the other 2 fingers back to make that. Why do I bring this up? Because this goes back to the traditional stuff. We do a little old, a little new. Something borrowed, something blue, like the shirt. Okay, so here we go. In G. Okay, that is actually going to get us from basically back to C. Check out how you use it to F. Back to C. To G. Okay, so it's just that. It gets you, it's another passing thing. That's right, we were going mellow for a second. But that gets, or you can go straight from here, right before it changes chords. So we're in C, and then to G, to G7, back to C. Again, that's just adding some of the notes we did from C before. So, quick G, back to C. A lot of you traditional ukulele players aren't thinking of this. That's why I'm breaking you out of the mold. I'm breaking out the wild shaped one just to get you not in the mood to play it. Like I said, I picked this thing up less than 24 hours ago, kids. I have 3 hours of just checking it out, but it just comes out naturally. I'm a weird person like that, but like I said, I play other instruments that are tuned in a C6 like this, so it comes easier for me. But I want to break you traditional players out there so you can explore some different things and bring the guitar players a new instrument all in one video. Okay, so you will know if you're a regular ukulele player or what your songs are like. Most songs have your typical 3 chords in them. So like again, that's an hour gone by already, and we're going to do another one or 2. But that one is just to show you 3 chords and everything you can do with those chords in this first position. We haven't even got up here to where we're going to do some Eddie Van Halen stuff or whatever later. But that is the first part of this. Okay, so C, F, and G. So you're in the key of C. There's all the fun stuff you can do so far in those keys with those chords. So that's to try to get you traditionalists up to snuff with what I'm getting ready to show for all you guys, okay? Because when we get to the G again later, instead of here, I'll have you playing it here. Playing it here. Okay, but all that kind of stuff. So there's plenty of different places to play these chords. Okay, so I have to, with my big fancy rig I use here to teach everybody, I have to switch to digital audio tapes, and then we'll go to some other keys and some other chords, get through that, and then we'll get to all the really fun stuff. So hang with me, and we'll just keep on jamming, kids, till this dude is done. Okay? Stick a fork in it. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Tape is in. We're going to just cruise right on to some other chords and just blast through them, because you see the basic picking thing, you see the basic strumming thing. Whatever feels good for you down here, that's the strumming, and the picking thing is going to be the same. So we'll kind of leave that out for the most part, and we'll blast through the other chords, and then I'll go blasting right through the fun stuff that a lot of you guitar players came here for. Okay, so the rest of the chords, let's go into the key of A. So these three chords, if you want to write them down, in the key of A will be A and D followed by E. A, D, E. Okay, so let's learn those chords. Write that down, because if you're in the key of A, that's the three chords you're going to have. So it's just the way 90% at least will be. Your A chord is very simple. It's a two-finger thing. You're going to the very top string, okay? So all the way up here to your G string. I'm not going to let you make fun of G string, so we're going to go make it an A. Now it's an A string. Okay, so middle finger, or second finger, second fret, fourth string up. And your first finger, first fret, on your third string. That's all you got. That's it. Nothing else. And you play all of them. That's your A. You know what to do with all this stuff. Or play what we were doing before. Like I said, we're going to speed through it. Now here's all the notes you can play with it to embellish it. Okay? So here's, I'll show you the three chords first. So right, there's A. Now if you're going to go to your D, I'm not going to show you that yet. Turn it back to A. And the hardest of all, B, the B chord. I'll show you a way around that. That's one of the hardest chords for guitar players too. It's just, you gotta have some little fingers, or you see the big Samoan guys playing these things, so you don't have to have the big fingers, or the little fingers. You can have the big ones, they can fit in there. These guys prove it all day long. Okay, so back to our A. The notes we can add, think of this, everything on the second fret. Okay, so that's it. So you can add, here it is. Nice and close. Okay, so depending on what you want to do on this first string, you can go to the second fret, of course. You can go to the third, or even better, to the fourth. Second fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, okay, so open 2, 4, 5. Meow, 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 meow. I know, but this is just to show you. So those are the things you can play. You can do that. Second fret on your second string up to the third fret. Here's my grip, or my grouping, all three strings. Okay, so there's kind of a rock and roll thing instead of, you can do that. You can even do your pinky all the way up. Okay, but whatever you want to do. Then you got the hammer onto the second fret again right here underneath it on the third string up. So that's all the stuff you could do. Be as pretty as you want, all the picking stuff we did before, but those are all the notes. Okay, now our seventh that makes us want to go to the next chord is just simply lifting off that top string, lifting off your second finger. So before we go to that, so that would be your A7, is just lifting that finger off. So we get that open G in there with the A chord. Okay, so now that's all those we're going to get for the A. Next chord is D. Okay, there's two ways to play this. The real way, which is this. That's right, you're stacking all your fingers, top string, middle finger, or your second finger, second fret. Everything's going to be on the second fret. And your third finger, then your fourth finger. You're using your first finger. So that is D. Every angle you can possibly look at it. That's tough. But oh, so important. This is the key to the rest of our lessons. Okay? So that is D. Now, the key to the rest of our lessons that will be coming up shortly is the fact that you can also play that and not have to play this bottom note because you already have it up here. So you only need to be playing 3 notes. So why should you actually play with all 3 fingers? You shouldn't have to, because you don't need 2 of the same note. So, guess what? Scotty here is going to fix it for you. That's right. Take one finger, your first finger, put it across the top 3 strings. And just play those. Don't play this last one. Or if you have to, add your pinky 3 frets higher all the way up to the 5th fret. Which actually sounds very good. Okay? So if you don't just want to play the 3, add your pinky to the 3 frets higher to the 5th fret. It makes all this other stuff so easy. So take it from me, this is the easiest thing you'll do, and the most important thing you're going to learn from this entire lesson is this. So play your D chord like this from here on out for the rest of your life, because that's the way it should be. Because you can do everything in the world with this. You don't think so? Try me. Okay? Okay, see, it's all right there. Everything else we're going to be doing. Is because that finger's like that. Even if we move it here to E, same thing. F. Up to G again. So you want to play G way up here? One finger instead of 3 fingers down here. Okay, so pay attention. Okay, so there is your D that I want you to play right here. And I want you to use your pinky. Please. Okay? So enough with please. There. Use it. Period. Okay. Pinky 5th fret. So it's up like this. Even if you move this, that is the key to playing in weird keys too. If you want to play in E flat, what do? Oh my God. You do this. Oh, how hard was that? You moved it up 1 fret. Now everything that we're getting ready to learn makes it so easy, and nobody will show you this but me. That's right. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Okay, so we had A, to get back to the serious side, pull off that finger to go to the 7th, to D. And guess what we do to go to E? Oh, this is tough. The chord you don't know, E. God. You just take this whole thing, move it up 2 frets. And that's it. Or if you want to play it the old-fashioned way, you can try to do all 3 at the 4th fret like this, and your first finger at the 2nd fret on the 1st string. Okay, that's the real way. I have to show you the real way too. These are for the traditionalists, the cork sniffers, okay? The people that say, oh, you must obey Hawaiian tradition. I know, bad Hawaiian accent. But this is the real way it's played. You'll pay $300 in ukulele lessons to learn how to play that. $9.95 gets you way more here. Okay, so here you go. But if you want to make it sound good and get away from traditional, just take your D and move it up. Okay, so easy now. A, A7, D, back to A, up to E, E7. So you take your pinky from now, watch this, 7th fret, down to the 5th fret, back to A. Okay, what I do on A, same thing I already showed you. I showed you everything's on the 2nd fret for the most part. I just put a finger underneath there on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string up. Okay, so you knew all that stuff. Okay, now here's where we're going to go slamming into some fun stuff. Here with this D thing that I showed you. We're going to show you this major, what do I call it? The major scale, I guess, in this key. I showed it to you before in C. Remember this from before, I hope. We did this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You know that junk. But that is the absolute 100% secret to all music. Don't matter Christmas music, rock music, devil music, Hawaiian music, somebody blowing in a conch shell, they still have to learn this stuff. Okay? So in D now, same thing as we were doing before. We just have to take this nut, and that's what this plastic piece right here is called. Get your nut and move it up here. So that's why you're barring, B-A-R-R-E. I guess it would be an I-N-G at the end if it was barring a bar chord. It's B-A-R-R-E. You're not going to the bar, you're not getting a drink, don't spell it that way. So what we're going to do is play that same scale as we did before. So it's going to look just like we did before. But do not use your finger, your first finger this time. Try to play that old one. Without using your first finger. Pretend I got that chopped off. Put it back here. So quit using that finger now, just for the rest of the things. In C you can play it that way with your fingers, but right now I want you to play, because now we're going to move it up to D and do the same thing. That is the secret to everything else I'm going to show you on this video. 100%, guarantee it. So in D, and then we'll move it up to E because we're playing A, D, and E. So in D, same scale. So you're at the 2nd fret, everything's here. So 3rd fret, so here, your 2nd fret. Now we go to the 4th fret. Forget that whole 3rd fret thing. So you're playing on your 3rd string. That's what I meant. 3rd string, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 3rd string. I'm sorry, 2nd string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. Now your 1st string is set still at the 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. So again, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, next string, 2, 4, 5, then backwards. Okay, so that's what we need, is to memorize that. That's the key to the rest of this video. 45 more minutes could be dedicated pretty much to that. Hammer-ons whenever you can. That's a hammer-on and a pull-off together. I'm hitting it one time with my thumb. Hammer-on, pull-off, pull-off, hammer-on, pull-off, hammer-on, pull-off. Same thing. Okay, so it is that that's going to get you everywhere. Okay, reason being, now do groupings again. We're doing D with our pinky where it's supposed to be. Now you can play that top note too. Okay, as far as traditional stuff, now all those notes that I just showed you can be used. Don't use them all in that order. Don't play them all backwards. Don't play them all forwards. Play some of those notes every now and then. Okay? Here we go to show you less is more. Okay, so I just used 2 of those notes out of all that stuff. Okay, so that is showing you that still with tradition, with our regular ukulele stuff, we can make this chord. Okay, so you could do that. Also, if you're playing, you want to play some contemporary. You can still do that thing. It's just wherever your pinky is, do that thing. And you can always bar your pinky across 2 of the frets. And we're starting to sound rock and roll. If you want to take this thing and make it electric and rock and roll it, you can play cocaine. And just by doing this, playing your bar chord here and the little bar thing here. Here's E and going to D. It's that simple, kids. Okay, so we did D. We showed you the scale. So, okay, now our next chord is E. Same thing. You can play it here and not be able to do anything else, or you can play it my way. Hey, figure that. I did it my way. Okay, so play the same thing you're doing. Just move it up 2 frets more. So now you're barred across the 4th fret. Play everything the same. Put your pinky there all the way up here to the 9th fret now. And play everything the same. That whole thing. So now if you're playing traditional, I'm just adding the notes. Did I show you this in the scale? That's a 7th. So that's actually, take the highest note and bring it to here. will give you a 7th. That lets you know you're getting ready to go into another chord. If I actually add that note, we're going to a B, but hey, you'll figure all this out. Okay, so that's the secret of all this stuff. Let's see if there is another chord that we haven't went through. I know we have went through 6. There has to be a 7th. So we've done A. We have done, see, have we done B? No, we have not. Let's show you the B chord. This is the rest of everything you need to know. Okay? And then we'll get back to everything. So those are the 3 chords, A, D, and E. Okay, now we're going to need a B. How do you play a B chord? If you guitar players are familiar with how to play a guitar, take an F chord, what looks like an F chord, and just move it up 1 more fret, and there is a B chord. Okay, for everybody else, here's how you play a B chord. You actually bar across the 1st string and 2nd string at the 2nd fret with your 1st finger. Okay? Next thing we do is just build a ladder out of this thing. Looks like a stair step. You go to the 3rd string, 3rd fret, 4th string, 4th fret. Okay? There it is. There's what she looks like up close. I'll peel away the layers like an onion, put it back down, and bar across those 2 so it's covering 2 strings. And that is a proper B. What that is taking your A that we just did and moving it up 2 frets. There's A sharp and then B, and just simplifying it by, because you don't need all of that. Just take it down here now. So that's all it is taking your A, moving the nut with you up here, then you realize you already got something on these 2 strings, so you just might as well just cover the 2 bottom ones. So that's what it looks like. It looks just like an F chord for you guys who play guitar, but just up 1 fret. So that is your B. Okay? That's the only note chord that I haven't taught you yet, except for the minor chords, and we'll touch on those too, and how to play some fun stuff in minors. Okay, so this will be tons of fun and a lot of usefulness to you. So that is B. What can we do with B? Everything that you can do with your pinky. Okay? Okay, so your pinky's going to get a workout, but this is one of the prettiest chords you can use, guys. Pay attention. Here we go. So your B, do groups, do a bunch of crab work, a crab running across the hot sand to get back into the water. Okay, what have you got to do? What can the pinky do? Everything on the 3rd fret. Okay, pinky 1st string, pull-offs. Okay, so actually it's the 4th fret. These things are so small. So if you got confused and whipped yourself into a frenzy getting down to the 3rd fret, sorry to break your wrist for you. So everything here is on the 4th fret, I'm sorry. So pinky 4th fret, and then pull off. 4th fret again on the next string up, pull off. And 4th fret again. Okay. That's just a pull off. Pull off, pull off. Or hammer on, pull off. Hammer on, pull off. Okay, the only one other place that this can go is your pinky. That is at the 4th fret on your highest string here, on your high A string. That's right, all the way up to the 6th fret, so you're skipping past the dot. Now I want you to remember all this and the way I'm showing it to you, because you can play this anywhere. There it is, B. Here's C. Just move everything 1 fret up. Same as, now it's just complicated. but you had things you could do. From earlier. That you could do in C. Guess what? You're getting ready to do a buttload more. So take that B chord and just slide it all up one fret. Now do everything you already just did. So now you can start combining everything you did in regular C. And now your new C. Okay, so that can carry all the way up. So if you know your notes, you can get them off the internet. A goes A sharp, B, C, no such thing as a B sharp, C to C sharp, to D sharp, to E, to F, no E sharp, to F sharp, to G sharp, back to A, blah, blah, blah. Look it up on the internet. You can print it out that quick, or you can just write down what I just said. So, okay, so you had A here, A sharp, B sharp, which is actually C, because there is no B sharp. So we are in C. Now we just move it up to D, which we were doing a minute ago. Remember your original D? God, a long time ago, it was way down here. The hard way, then the easy way I showed you, where you can do everything now. I'll get back to that, but now we have more. We can do that C up to D and play everything I already showed you. Okay, so now you have that. And we had the D was here. Move it up to E. Okay, now move it up to F. And move it up to F sharp. Move it up to G. So, what did we have? We had B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E sharp, which is F actually, F sharp, and G. So if you can play way up that high, you have other alternates. Okay, alternatives. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so now to show you everything else, that is just the key of it. I'll show you the keys. Again, write these down. If you're in the key of A, your chords are going to be A, followed by D, followed by E, A, D, E. Okay, if you have a song that is in, let's go up to something like G, they will be G, C, D. Write it down, G, C, D. Okay, a song that's in the key of D, it will be D, G, and A. Okay, if you have a song that is in E, it will be E, A, and B will be your chords. If the song is in the key of C, it will be C, F, G. Write them down that quick. C, F, G. Oddly enough, you're going to get to weird situations. If you want to play in the key of B, okay, the chords are going to be B, E, and F sharp. Huh? B, you know. Which was this thing. Kind of looks like an F for you guys. So you already know that one. And what do we have for E? Yep, that's one I showed you. Now what I do for F sharp? Oh my gosh. You said it was going to be B, E, and F sharp. So there's E. Every time, folks, whatever it is, after the second chord, it just moves up 2 frets. There's F sharp. Okay, so E, F, F sharp. So now you have B, E, F sharp, back to B. Okay, so that's how easy it is. If you need to play in the weird keys, use what I just showed you there. Okay. Other things that are going to make this easy for you are melodies. Okay, this is where I promised you Christmas music and every other melody you can possibly even think of. Okay, so I'm going to go down here in the key of, I don't know, let's get it back down here where we can see it. Let's go to D, which was this. Normally it's this if you live in Hawaii and they want you to play, but you do it the Scotty way. That's right, put the bar across and stick your finger there. And before you know it, everybody's out of your hair. Oh man, I know it. I'm a poet, I didn't know it, and I should stick to my day job. Hey, guess what? This is my day job, showing you how to do this. Once again, can you believe I figured all this out in probably 3 hours? Go figure. It's a gift. No, I'm teasing. It's a lot of hard work, but I'm glad I get to show this to you. Okay, here we go. Melodies are that same major scale I taught you. Okay, play that again. We're in the key of D. This whole thing is D, that's E, that's F, blah, blah, blah. It moves around, okay? This here is called a modal chord. Not mobile, but think of it as mobile. It moves around. You can play any chord you want just with that one finger. For reals. Okay, for reals, you can play any chord you want. But use that pinky there. Keep it there. And then you can move it here, 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 here. Okay? So you can do anything you want. Again, the scale. That do, re, mi garbage. That is the secret. Okay? Because guess what? Play it backwards. By God, we're playing Christmas music. That's backward. Not once did I stray away from that scale. You can sound them out. That's how you're going to learn. Me showing them to you does not teach you jack squat. But know that every Christmas song that you ever want to play, ever, will be with those notes. Now just sound them out. Use those notes only. No other notes. You can play anything. That's just still playing those same notes, and I'm goofing around here. Don't matter. It's the same notes. You figure those out. For me to show them to you, for you to figure them out, you will remember them for the rest of your life. Okay? So that is honestly the trick to this. Any song that you want to play, it don't matter what it is going to be, if you're playing the melody line, and that is what the singer is singing, they will be those notes and no others. Okay? As long as you're playing out of something that looks like this, you're in the key of D. It don't have to be in D. You can put it up in E. That's right. D, D sharp, E. Play same thing. Or it is no different. You put it in whatever key you want to put it in. You're the master. You own the uke or the ook. If you're in Canada, you'd have a toque and it would be a hat. Okay, so take it up to F if you want to play it up there and sing along with it. It's just moving it up. Move it up here to G. Don't stay down here like your folks do. That's a new generation, kids. I'm showing you the old. I'm showing you the new. Go grab onto it. Okay, here goes some stuff that's going to take you way out in Gator Country. I know you don't know what Gator Country means. That's an old Molly Hatchet song that was just cool as all get out. I had an old step cousin played guitar for them, Dwayne Rowland. But anyway, makes no difference. But now you hear something that you haven't ever heard on the ukulele in your life. Here's where all the guitar players out there are going to be glad that they have Scotty Boy around. Okay, back to this D chord looking thing, which is actually your G. We get to make a ton of stuff. This is also a modal chord, meaning it can go anywhere. So there's G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, remember, B to C, C sharp, D, whatever. But for the sake of now, let's go to A. Okay, not this A. We'll go this A. All we did was go from G, move it up, A. Same as this, if you added this. But now I'm just taking that G and moving it up to A. Okay, so there we are. 4th fret again. So look, 4th fret, and then 5th fret. Same thing we did here. Just moving it up here. Now here's where I'm going to scare the holy bejesus out of a whole lot of people. Yep. Welcome to our Spanish people. Okay, see, you can do all this on the uke. Okay, quick lesson on that. Typical guitar stuff. For people who've never done this kind of thing before, it's time to totally freak your parents out or freak you out, because this is cool. You're just playing along and somebody... You haven't ever heard this before on any Hawaiian island. This thing would be in the water floating over to California, then into the Gulf and get a bunch of oil all over it. This was white before it got stuck in the Gulf. Anyway, BP. Okay, so show you that stuff. Devil music, whatever you want to call it. We're going to work out of A. This will be your typical rock and roll licks. But they're cool. Why not throw them in here, kids? Okay, so working out of this is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking about that note right there. That's going to be my A note. How's that A? Because that's, hey, there's my A note. You figure it out. Okay, so we had a C string, we have an E string. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. That's how it's A. Okay, here's the scale, or the little run, is we hammer into it. Go back to the 3rd fret, 1st string, 2nd, or 1st finger, 2nd string, and hammer onto it with your 3rd finger. See? And vibrato. 1st string, 3rd fret. Bend it up. Then back to here. Bend it up. That's what you do. I said bend it. And back to A again. Okay, now we're going to the 5th fret on your high string here, on your high A string. And I want your 1st finger still here, the 3rd fret. Ring finger, 3rd finger, the 5th fret, I'm sorry, on the 1st string. And use both fingers to help you bend this old nasty nylon string up. And then bend that 3rd fret up again, like that. So now I'm back to this, back to home plate. All that is. 5th fret bend, release it. You can pull it off. It's even more authentic if you go there. Just grab that A and shake it. And then go back to that G note, which is actually your 3rd fret. Back to it. Okay, that one is pulling off from 2nd string, 5th fret to the 3rd fret. And then grab your thumb and you're going to hit the 4th fret on your C string or your 3rd string. Okay, so that's how that's managed. Okay. Flattening out the finger here, okay? These we know, 3rd fret, 4th fret, back to A, 3rd fret, 1st string, back to the 5th fret, 2nd string. Now we flatten out that finger. And there's a good one. There's a hammer on from the 3rd fret, 1st string, to the 4th fret. So bend this, bend it, release it, then flatten it out, then hit it down here again, and the 3rd, 4th. Then pull off from 5 to 3, then your low note, twice, hammer on 3, 5. So that's, again, slowly, you can watch everything here now. Go back and learn that one, kids. You got to have it in every key. Why? Because it sounds like this. Somebody's playing A. That's why. Yes, I'm a flippin' madman. That's what makes it fun. That is all just improvising. Learn to improvise. Get out of your traditional funk. Okay, I'm an A. Yes, I'm going there, kids. This here, hammer on pull off from G to A. Just use your middle finger. We're going Van Halen on you. To the, what we're looking at, the 5, 7, 8th fret. Tap it. Like a hammer on. They call it tapping when you go to actually adding your other hand in. Use your middle finger. And if you really want to get the real sound in A, you're going to do this, and I'll get out of this. Okay, you're in A, 5th fret on your 2nd string. Go up to the 8th fret, the one we were just tapping, and start getting that going. And then we're going to actually hammer or tap the 10th fret. And then you can start just changing by one note at a time. Okay, so just crazy junk, but how fun is it? Okay, here's where it gets funky. Your guitar players will love this. And then we'll get out of here. As from that, I want you to do that. Go from 5, 3 down to the 4th fret. That's a pull off. 5, 3, 4th fret, down to the 2nd fret. Okay, so I'm going to go pull off, 4th fret, back to the 3rd fret on that 2nd string, 4th fret back on your 3rd string, 2nd fret, 3rd string, then hammer on from open to the 1st fret. How funky is that? Because you have a high string here. That's right, you got your high G string here. So you hammer on, open first, and then put down at the 2nd fret on the 4th. So how great is that? That is just the greatest thing. Like I said, I've been playing this thing for 3 hours before I ever even lit up this video, and I come up with all this. This is just too cool of an instrument to let stay traditional. Traditional is fine, but hey, I'm going to get an electric thing, and I'm going to go on tour and paint my face up like Kiss and play some heavy metal mandolin. You watch me. Or mandolin, ukulele. I might do the mandolin too. So there's that whole lick. Okay. Or okay, yeah, I'm crazy, but crazy will get you everywhere. So anyway, that's what I have to show you. Again, I'll get down here where you can see my pretty face, because by gosh, I am pretty. Spent all this money. You look at my first videos. That's right, I had the David Letterman Gap. They're all fixed. Look, kids, I'm looking nice. Lost 45 pounds now. Dang, I'm sweet. Hey, watch out. Hey, girlfriend, don't make me move my neck. Okay, traditional uke players. I'm not knocking anything. I'm just giving you a way to expand your horizons. You guys have some amazing ukulele players that are for real, okay? Not the hack like I am, but I'm showing you stuff that nobody else would dare show you. Okay, so I am the Antichrist of the ukulele. No, teasing. I better not say that. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. But really, there are the traditional things. You can play with any song. Your traditional songs have 3 chords. There's what they are. All you guitar players out here who are learning this now, you already know how to play your songs. Now you just adapt them to this. You know all the chords now and where to put everything. How to play blues and rock and roll and metal on these things now. So it's that flippin' easy. A great instrument to learn. More power to everybody who bought this. I hope you actually found it fun. That's what it's supposed to be, is fun. Music is fun. Serious people, get a life, man. I mean, you create some cool music, but have some fun. I even want all you classical ukulele players to grab this, pass it on to your friends who just would never, ever, ever in their life get this. Pass them a copy of this video and just freak them out. Okay, so I hope, again, that you have learned the traditional ways, which is where this started out to go, but then I wanted to just blow your flipping mind, and hopefully I've done that too. So once again, I'm Scott Grove. There's my first uke lesson. After I've worked for another 3 hours, by golly, you watch, I'll be the I'll be the Beethoven of this thing, you watch. Then I'll actually know how to play it for real. So yeah, maybe 6 hours vested. So if I can do it in 3 hours, anybody who's Joe Blow can do it also, okay? It's not that hard. Anybody can play these things, I swear to you. As long as you can get your fingers in them little bitty frets, get them. Once again, this is the Ibanez Iceman version. $149.99 delivered with the gig bag, already ready to go. Again, the strings are nylon. They do take some time to stretch, unlike guitar strings that you can stretch out within a matter of just a couple minutes. These are still stretching. I got this Monday. UPS dropped it off from a musician's friend, and today is Wednesday, and I'm teaching you this video, and the strings are almost stretched out. I actually tuned again during the tape switch, so it takes a couple days and they'll stretch out, but they do stretch, and it's just a fun instrument. I mean, I'm going to electrify this thing, and I'm going to take it on stage, and I'm going to pull out some Van Halen solos or whatever, and I'm going to throw a distortion on it and have fun. But anyway, so there's all this stuff you can put in it, and there's so much more. Like I said, I'm just demented enough. I don't know why I like this up here, but it feels good. I'm just demented enough to put out a version 2 of this, and I will. You know me, just because. Nobody asked for this, but by gosh, here it is. So I hope somebody finds the fun that was meant to be in this thing, and hope you actually get some real, actual licks you can use, because I'm using them, and I'm gonna have a ball. I'm gonna enjoy this thing. I'm gonna smash 10 of them on stage. So anytime anybody has a request for any videos, you want me to learn a new instrument. Actually, somebody asked me about ukulele, and it's like, hey, I'll order one, but it has to be smooth. And I looked around. There was some cheap flying V things out there made by nobody for $49 or $39. Don't get those. They're just going to fall apart. At least spend, you know, probably this at the least. Okay, the 150, but they go up to a couple thousand. But spend whatever you need to on these things. I know it's too late now if you already have the $39.95 one, but sell it. You want a real one? Pay a couple $100 or at least the 150, like I said, for this one. And get something with some nice koa, which is the good tone woods for the actual Hawaiian stuff. If you just want to look cool, grab this, because look how cool I am, my God. Once again, Scott Grove, I'll shut the heck up. Enjoy all that stuff. Use your fast forward, your rewind, your mute, especially if I get talking too much. And have fun. That's what it was meant to be. So, Scott Grove on the ukulele. Who the heck would have ever thought? Not me. Take care. And aloha and mahalo. Bye, folks.